It is no secret that Lost Ark is a very grindy game that requires a lot of time each day and each week to maximize efficiency with your progression. It was purposefully designed like that to keep the player's retention high and is most commonly known as a Korean grinder. These grindy games tend to do very well in Asia as their gaming culture is much different than ours, Western culture, where there were multiple attempts to release these Korean grinders to the Western gaming market without too much success as they slowly but surely die down. And this is all due to endless amounts of grind and lack of any relevant progression that traps players in this vicious cycle of doing same repetitive content without any meaningful gain, causing what is most commonly known as a gaming burnout. In this video I will go over my own battle with burnout in Lost Ark, how I managed to overcome it, few tips and advices on how you can avoid it and how you can apply this to pretty much any game. Before we start, we need to understand what burnout even is and how it works. Gaming burnout is when players who play video games excessively lose motivation and enthusiasm to play games, causing them to feel bored and exhausted about the idea to play in the first place. There are two common ways that cause gaming burnout, and these are either playing one game too much to the point it becomes boring, or the game was way too repetitive and didn't give you any stimulation, sense of progression and entertainment. Unfortunately for most Lost Ark players, both of these combined had happened. We play the game way too much and it also has a very repetitive daily and weekly routines for minimal gains. The Lost Ark's gameplay design traps you into this cycle until the point you start feeling exhausted, bored and in some cases physically sick with regular headaches. And that's the time when you should ask yourself, why am I doing the same thing every day for 8 hours and is it even worth my time and mental health? For most Lost Ark players that answer was no, and they simply quit and never even thought of coming back. But you do not have to quit, at least not completely, as long as you still feel some fun and enjoyment. The same way you should click the subscribe button if you have been enjoying the video so far. Many of you probably don't know, but I have played a Lost Ark on every region since day one of release, Korea, Russia and Japan. After a few months I would quit the region and the game completely as I was slowly getting tired, bored and losing motivation to progress my main character, but for a different reason. I was never going to main any of these three regions, as back then I had hope that one day Lost Ark will come to the West. Having that in the back of my head, there was simply no point in wasting more time on these regions, especially since I have cleared the highest content and raids at that time and seen what the game is all about. Fast forward to the Western release, I decided to go all out and grind, as Lost Ark was one of those games I waited for years. Everything was going great, the game was popular, all of my friends were playing and I was having a blast. Fast forward to few weeks after Vika's release, I started to feel and notice the burnout, which was slowly accumulating during those few months until Kakul Seidon, where I simply had enough. For weeks I would only log in to do Kakul raid with my static on 3 characters and log out. Then the Brilshaza was announced to release in December, so I started logging in daily just to do my dailies on 2 rested characters each day, and since early November I stopped doing the raids completely. On Brilshaza release, I added one weekly Gate 6 raid with my static and kept doing the same daily routine. Nowadays, at the end of January, I have slowly pushed 2 characters to do Brilshaza and have actually started doing all the raids little by little whenever I'm feeling like it. Now why was I telling you all of this? Main reason was to give you context on how and when my burnout started and how I was able to mitigate it while still logging in every day and having fun. I quickly realized that the thing causing burnout was me stressing about needing to do 6 Kakul, 6 Vikas, 6 Valtan and 6 Argos carry raids every week, on top of that 12 Chaos dungeons and 12 Guardian raids every single day. Change needed to happen and I stopped raiding completely and put my whole roster on a 2-2-2 res bonus rotation. I have been using that for the last 4 months. But this wasn't the only thing I did to avoid burnout. Spending less time in Lost Ark meant I had more time for everything else. And I took full advantage of that. This meant more time to work on new YouTube videos, Not staying up late trying to finish dailies meant my sleep schedule got better, and I also started playing different games with my friends like Warzone, Overwatch and Teamfight Tactics. This all led to my mental health being much better, feeling more productive and motivated and still enjoying Lost Ark, having fun raiding, but without the stress and the pressure that I need to finish everything. To summarize, if you have any of the symptoms of a burnout in Lost Ark and you don't enjoy the game anymore and you stop having fun, then simply best thing for you is to take a longer break or simply move to a different game. But if you genuinely still enjoy Lost Ark and you don't want to quit, but you also don't know what to do, then try following these advices. First, stop stressing about needing to do all dailies and all weeklies on all characters and pressuring yourself into playing more than you have to. Lost Ark has rest bonus for a reason. Make use of it and maximize your time by spending less on dailies and more on finishing weekly raids. Set up a schedule for weekly raids. With 6 gold making characters, you can prioritize and finish all 3 Legion raids on 2 highest item level characters day 1 of weekly reset. After you log in, go straight for the raids and finish them as fast as possible. Finishing weekly raids on 2 characters this early will give you more time and relieve any pressure and stress about leaving them too late in the week. Watch a movie, TV series or listen to a music, your favorite podcast while doing dailies or any other boring repetitive content. Easy content like dailies, cubes, boss rushes, Chaos Gate don't require any focus, and having something else to focus on by watching it on your second monitor or listening in your headphones can help defeat that boring feeling. Set up a goal for future content. Decide which characters you want to focus for next big content patch. For Belshazzar normal, I focused only on my main to reach 1520, and now I slowly push other alts to 1490. And for Belshazzar hard, my goal is pushing my main to 1560. You don't need to have 6 characters ready for Belshazzar hard. Unless you are a Lost Ark veteran that cleared Belshazzar hard in other regions, you won't have enough time to clear it on 1 character, let alone 6 on week 1. Play other games with your guildmates, static members or other friends. In the last 4 months I played more Teamfight Tactics and Warzone than I did Lost Ark, and I haven't fallen behind at all. And lastly, don't feel stressed if you miss 1 day of dailies, or you don't finish all 6 characters' weekly Legion raids. Like honestly, who cares? It's a video game that is supposed to entertain you and let you have fun. And if you are not having fun, then you probably turn the game into a 9 to 5 job that doesn't even make you any money, it's just wasting your time. Hopefully this video helps you in battling your own burnout demons and give you some insight into what you can do to help yourself. If you're on the edge of quitting, try a few of the advices I mentioned and then see if it makes the game more enjoyable. Remember, you choose and you decide to have fun. Or you can choose to play the game as a 9 to 5 job that's only going to leave you with pain and misery. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.